Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Borough Radio. My name is James McIntosh, and we are just about to kick off here at the AI Stadium, where Gosport take on informed Basingstoke Town. Borough have had a sloppy start to the season, but we'll be hoping they have found form after winning against Winchester. As for Basingstoke, they have won all their games this season, and this is how the visitors line up today. So in goal is number 1, Simon Grant, 2, Marcus Johnson Suster, 3, Curtis Angel, 4, Rudy Allen, 5, James Clark, 6, Billy Upton, 7, Robbie Gallagher, 8, Simon Dunn, 9, Namudi Chukwu, sorry if I pronounced that one wrong, 10, Max Smith, and 11, George Reed. And your Gosport lineup today sees Max Evans starting goal, saved an excellent, brilliant last-minute penalty save against Winchester, so be hoping for another good performance today. 3, Roy Williams, 5, Joe Morrison, 7, Bradley Tarbuck, 8, Asher Yearwood, 18, Richard McIntyre, 9, Dan Wooden, 11, Alfie Stanley, 6, Charlie Vasma, 14, Jake Cope, and 20, Cameron Murray. So 14, Jake Cope, he's the only substitute for Gosport today, coming in for Dutchie Hollins. We don't know where Dutchie is today, but I'm sure Jake Cope here have a good game today. And Jeremy, we're playing informed Basingstoke today, and I mean, games don't come much harder than this. Basingstoke, the away team, won every game this season. Gosport, we've had a sloppy start to the season, so what can we expect from this clash today?
Tough. It's going to be, well, they're not there for no reason, are they? Basingstoke gathered the momentum sort of the second half of last season, and they've carried it straight on into this. And yeah, they're a side full of good quality, solid players. And this is a tough examination. As you say, Gosport haven't had the most consistent start to the season.
No, not at all.
They will hope that they will have ironed out the discrepancies in their performances for this one.
Well, I mean, Winchester, it was a much better performance. I mean, 2-0 against a good Winchester team as well. What did you make from that one?
I think it was a case of the result came first, the performance comes second. It was a case of you've won 1 out of 2. It doesn't sound so bad as having lost 3 out of 3, does it?
No.
You have to start getting some momentum somewhere, and that was a really good result to get.
Well, we are now underway in the AI Stadium. It's Gosport in our bright yellow kit, and Basingstoke, they're playing in their, I want to say, a turquoisey blue. It's a nice shirt. I do like their away shirt, but there's been an early foul already, just on the far side. It saw Joe Morrison. He was pushed to the floor there by Gallagher.
Like an arrow.
Yeah, I suppose minty colour. But like I said, this Basingstoke town, I mean, we saw them in form towards the end of last season, but I don't think anyone was really expecting what they were going to do this season. 3 wins. Once again, they weren't playing the best teams in the first 3 games, but still, pretty impressive form to start the season. Oh, no, thank you.
It's just been offered a minute.
Yeah.
But again, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and they've won 3 from 3. Can't argue with it.
Well, Gosport, we're currently on the attack with Roy Williams inside his own centre circle. He loops the ball forward, trying to find the body of Bradley Tarbuck. Sees it go out. It Angle, who was touched it out last, so it will be a Gosport throw-in on the far side, just by the left corner flag. Tarbuck throws it down to Cameron Murray, still inside the Basingstoke half. And Morrison, he plays it back to his fellow defender, Charlie Vasma. And Charlie Vasma, who's swung forward, trying to find Bradley Tarbuck, who does get on the end of it, but it's good defending there from Angle, just making sure it goes out for a corner. And Gosport, it's a positive start already in this clash.
Yeah, it's good to see them from the get-go, just push forward and ask the right questions and see what they can do from the corner.
Well, it's going to be Bradley Tarbuck taking this corner. For the first few games, we haven't had too much success with the corners, so let's see what we can do with this set piece. As Bradley Tarbuck raises his hand in the air. He drives a low-driven ball. It sees Joe Morrison flick it back. Ashley Yearwood tries to touch it down, trying to bend it past his man. Falls back to Alfie Stanley on the edge of the box as he tries to volley it, but a Basingstoke man wins it as he pushes it forward into 11, Gallagher. As Gallagher tries to stride forward, but he runs into trouble, running into Cameron Murray. And he just couldn't get past a small Scottish man. And Gosport back in possession. Ashley Yearwood, he's tripped to the floor, but referee says play on. As Basingstoke, they're coming forward. It's Smith coming down the centre of the park. He tries to loop a through ball forward into his forward, Noah Chwakwu, but it is offside. I mean, good call from the referee there. It looked like it from the press box. And it looks like this referee is not going to take any rubbish this game.
What I do like is that he set his stall out early. He's playing advantage wherever he can, rather than keep stopping the game and breaking the flow by sort of blowing up for each offence. He's allowing the teams to play, and I like that.
Yeah, we saw it a bit, I suppose, in the Frome Town. The referee wasn't taking any rubbish, and it just allowed, like you said, for the game to flow a lot more. And I wonder if this is something the referees have been told at this level, just to not take so much rubbish, just to keep the game flowing. We've seen it up with the upper leagues as well.
Referees have got a tough task. I wouldn't want to be one
No,
myself.
no, I wouldn't.
I'll tell you that. They get a lot of abuse and a lot of it unwarranted. But I do like referees that do just let the game flow and only stop it when they have to, rather than being over fussy, over pernickety. Trouble is that they are assessed every game. There's normally an assessor sat in the stands. They feel under pressure that they've got to apply the laws and to the letter, whereas sometimes there's a bit of play, a bit of interpretation in it. And I like this referee's style. Now here, he's given a free kick. He had to. But yeah, I'll just hope he carries on in this vein.
Well, I mean, you just alluded to that free kick there, and it's in a dangerous spot, 30 yards away from goal. It looks like it's going to be Pi Allen taking this set piece. I mean, it's one of these where you're not going to be able to go for a short ball unless you're really ambitious. We saw it in the Premier League game. But I mean, it's one of those where you just got to imagine it's going to be an in-swinger, try and hit towards maybe that near post. I can see Ferdinand, and it has fallen to Ferdinand. He flicks it back, and it was heading towards that bottom left corner. And just like I alluded to there, it was simple. But how come Gosport can't spot that?
Yeah, well, that was a clever set piece, and George Reed nearly scored from there.
Yeah.
And Max Evans had to be alert to it.
Well, Gosport just need to watch out as they've won back the ball. It's Cameron Murray currently on the ball inside the middle of his own half as he pushes the ball forward into Joe Morrison. And Joe, he's going to be hoping for a much better game. Hasn't lived up to expectations since last season. First two games just been sloppy, I would say the fair way to say it.
It's about consistency. It's about building form, consistency. We know he's a class act. We know that he obviously had that season-ending injury in March, didn't he? And he hasn't been the same player since. So I hope to goodness he gets that form back.
4 minutes played here. Still Gosport 0, Basingstoke 0. It's Rory Williams. He wins the ball, and now he's striding down this left-hand channel, but he just runs the play out of play there. I mean, the referee, he's not happy with Gallagher. I think Gallagher thinks he should have won a foul there. For me, it just looked like play should have gone on there. And Roy just didn't make the most of it running out of play there.
Yeah, well, he ran out of road, didn't he? But ultimately, the referee has the final say, and he didn't think it was worthy of a free kick. So, but then there's been plenty of occasions already in the 5 minutes we played where he's got it absolutely spot on. So you've got to let him have one.
Well, we got some big games today in the Southern Premier League, and the one I'm drawn to is that AFC Tottenham versus Hungerford Town game. They did lose their first game, surprisingly, but ever since that, they've been on form, and their win against Gosport just showed how good they were. 5-2 victory. I mean, it shocked Pat and Joe, and to my surprise, a lot of people in the comments were calling Pat and Joe out, saying they wanted the sack. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say that, but a very big shock to me.
Overreaction.
Definitely.
Trouble is, football supporters are fickle. You know, they can't sort of see the grey in between the black and the white. I mean, Hungerford are a good side. Ballpit Lane's a horrible place to go and play because the slope. I've been there a number of times. It's one of those places that visiting teams absolutely hate to play. And when you have a combination of a home side on form and those conditions, and we still had injuries, and we had still suspensions, it's a tough place to go. And yeah, okay, we lost our first two, but it happens. It's football.
Yeah, I think it is just, you lose 2 games and maybe we get them over and done with. We could go on this insane winning streak now. So definitely hard to say.
Been done before.
Exactly. Well, we did it slightly last season. Everyone wrote Gosport off really before the season started and then went on this insane streak, got playoffs in the end. And I would say a lot of people's surprise, we did catch a lot of people off surprise.
I think that's the trouble. You've now got the second season syndrome, which catches a lot of teams out, where the second season means you don't offer much of a surprise anymore because people have got you marked. You've got your card marked. You're respected and planned against, if you like, a lot more than you were the first time around. So everybody's got Gosport's card marked as possible playoff contenders, okay?
Oh, well, Gosport, we've just given away a sloppy ball, and it sees Dunn win it back. He's come in today for Paul Hodges, so it's be interesting to see how he gets on. But Pi Allen, he just nearly wins the ball inside Gosport's own box. But Max Evans he comes out smartly, just collecting the ball there. Once again, sloppy Gosport.
They've got to stop this. This has been a feature of their first few games, the defensive errors. Too casual, and it's got to stop.
Well, let's hope Gosport can build something. So far, I'd say it's been a game we haven't really seen too many shots, but both teams, they've had their fair spouts of possession. And Gosport has seen Rich McIntyre win a ball just outside of the Basingstoke box. He immediately loses possession to Johnson Schuster. And Gosport, we're currently trying to win it just by the Basingstoke dugout. It looked like Roy Williams went down heavily there, just pretty much colliding into Gallagher. And it's one of those where it looked like it could have been more serious if further contact was made. Just unlucky there.
It's just momentum, two players travelling at speed coming together, and Rory's all right. He's up and about. He's fine.
Well, I got our goal last time against Winchester. I mean, it was a cool, calm penalty. You wouldn't want anyone else taking this penalty. But it's his fellow defender counterpart, Charlie Fasma, who loops the ball out to Bradley Tarbar. Tarbar tries to put a ball into the middle, trying to pick out Dan Wooden, but instead finds Upton, who clears it. Gosport is still trying to win it midway inside of the Basingstoke half. It's still Gosport 0, Basingstoke 0. You're listening to Gosport Radio. Gosport currently have it inside the Basingstoke's half with Cameron Murray. He passes it back into Joe Morrison. As Joe Morrison looks up, he's forced to pass it back into Max Evans. And now Charlie Fasma. We've already seen him do a fair few forward passes, but we know that's exactly what Charlie Fasma can do. He likes doing these loop passes. He likes trying to find Bradley Tarbuck. And it's something this Basingstoke defence really needs to be careful of.
You've got Charlie, who's played at a very, very high level, and he's been around a good level all of his career. And what I like about it is when he's now partnered with another quality player in Joe Morrison. And I think that's relaxed him a little bit. Sometimes maybe a little bit too relaxed, but he's still a quality player, without a doubt.
Well, Charlie Fasma pass. It did pick out Dan Wooden, but Basingstoke, they immediately win it back with a Pi Allen. He's coming forward, passing it out wide into Gallagher. Gallagher, he's looking up, trying to thread a ball forward, but he's forced to pass back into Dunn inside the centre circle. Dunn, he looks up, passes it back into Pi Allen, now coming down this left-hand channel, 30 yards away from goal, just progressing just to the edge of the box. He tries to lay a free ball into number 11, Gallagher, and Max Evans, he brings down Gallagher, and it's going to be a Basingstoke penalty early on in this game. And, I mean, it was silly there. A brilliant threaded pass into Pi Allen. He played a lovely ball into Gallagher. And, I mean, Max Evans, he was forced into making that and committing that save and just didn't get any of the ball.
Had no choice, did he? Now, we know he can save penalties, as he did last weekend.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Winchester, so,
no card given, no.
So, yeah, but okay. He's going to have to try and do the same here now against Wachuku.
Wachuku. I mean, he's already got one goal this season, only played one game as well. So can he make it 2 goals from 2 games? As a Basingstoke forward, he steps up, just awaiting the referee to blow his whistle. But he's got a lot of Gosport fans behind this goal. Can Max Evans save it? Nwachuku, he's giving the goalkeeper the ice as he slots it in the bottom right corner, and Basingstoke, they take the 1-goal lead here at the AEI Stadium. And I mean, it was a cool, calm penalty. And just like that, Nwachuku has collected his 2nd goal in 2 games. And Gosport, we're on the back foot already, just within 5 minutes of this half. I mean, Jeremy, it's a horror start, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not what we wanted, certainly. But like I said, the goalkeeper left high and dry. He had to try and make a save. He didn't do it, brought the player down. Unfortunately, penalty was the right call there. And, it's given the league leaders... there seems to be some interaction there between Max Evans and the Basingstoke fans. But and there's some sort of foreign object being removed from the pitch. I don't exactly know what it is, but...
It looked like one of those training goals by the looks of it.
Whatever it was, but needed to go. So I'm like you. I'm just making my
yeah. Well, I do the social media. Jeremy, he's taken over, well, more or less the secretary role, just marking down all the goals today. I mean, both busy today, other than doing the commentary as well.
Well, multitasking is the name of the game here at Gosport Borough. You know it.
Put it in the chat, or shall I shout down the line? Are you listening, boss?
Yeah, well, let's carry on while you are tweeting. So Gosport now behind after 11 minutes. But that's a lovely ball out to McIntyre there, who's on the left edge of the area. Squares it to his right-hand side. And a shot possibly coming in here. No. Oh, and another shout for a penalty there.
Oh.
And that was Tarbuck who went tumbling in the Basingstoke area there. But the referee decides that wasn't a penalty. For me, probably not. Contact, yes. Penalty, probably not. But there you go. So you've had a penalty shout at both ends. One given, one not, James. So, But it remains Gosport 0, Basingstoke 1, and the league leaders have got the foothold they would be looking for this early in the game. You good, or you still want to carry on? Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll keep going for you. In the spirit of multitasking, we will. So yes, it'll be a goal kick for Basingstoke. Grant sends it long. It's angling away down towards the right-hand side. It's away by Rory Williams. Free kick given for Gosport for a shove on the Gosport captain there. Not much in it, but the referee saw enough to give the award. Williams drops the ball down, doesn't waste much time. He plays the ball back to Wasmer, who returns the pass. Little 1-2, inviting a bit too much danger for my liking, and subsequently gives the ball away.
And now it's Dunn coming forward as he passes it into Ferdinand. Ferdinand lays it out into this left-hand channel. Now it forces Smith to chase it down. Jake Cope, he's trying to chase down the attacker, and in the result, he brings down the defender, and that is a lovely challenge from Jake Cope there. Did give away a penalty against Winchester, but that was a nice challenge from Cope.
Got that one right. Absolutely exquisite.
Time to, yeah. Just one of those where it's lovely to watch from a commentator point of view, shall we say.
Absolutely.
And Charlie Vesmer, for a second, I thought he was going to give away another careless ball there to Pi Allen. But Pi Allen is playing very attacking forward. I mean, traditionally a CDM, but he's playing attacking, trying to put heavy pressure on this Gosport defence. And each time it's always Haven and Gosport. Pat and Joe at least need to be getting this message across, saying he's a danger man.
I think they'll tweak things as the game progresses. I mean, it is still early. There's no reason to panic as yet. They'll be looking at it and thinking, what can we do? What can we change if we have to? And we know that Basingstoke have gradually built up their confidence and momentum over a period of time, which makes them a serious team to play against them now. And I do expect to see this Basingstoke team up and around the top 5 this season.
Definitely.
I'll be amazed if they're not there at the end.
Well, 13 minutes played in this clash. It's Gosport 0, Basingstoke 1. Gosport there on the attack. Asher Eward laying a pass into Richard McIntyre. Richard McIntyre now sprinting forward. He's brought down by Pi Allen, and the referee gives the foul to Basingstoke.
I mean, 50s for me, and the referee could have gone either way with it, but he's chosen to give it to Basingstoke. But there you go. So Gosport do have a little bit of time to get organised because this does not have much of a rush to take it.
Well, it gives me a chance just to run through the scores. And Sholin, they have just got a goal against Taunton. So the visitors, they're 1-0 up. And the only other game which seen a goal in the Southern Premier League is Gosport Basingstoke. So all the other games in the Southern Premier League are currently goalless. And that's interesting already. I mean, the one we're looking out for is that AFC Taunton Hungerford game. Probably the clash between the two Titans at the top at the moment.
Tottenham with their budget should be up in the top 5 at the end. Should be.
Definitely. Well, especially with Charlie Austin at the helm.
Well, yes. I mean, there's lots of rumours banded around about how much he's on every week, but that's Tottenham's business. But yes, they've invested heavily this summer, and of course, attracting Harvey Rue away from here and to their own ranks.
That's a sad one.
They have got a stellar squad down the road, and you would expect them to be up there at the end.
Well, Gosport, we've just given another free kick away, and this one is just on the edge of the box towards the right side. It's going to see a two-man wall in front of the free kick, where Dan Wooden and Asher Yearwood, the two tallest players arguably in the team, they're going to be stood in front of it. Pi Allen, he's already done one nice set piece, seeing Ferdinand, the fellow free kick person, on it. So it looks like they're not going to hit it in towards the near post. They're going to do an in-swinger here, but I would imagine it's going to be a Pi Allen taking this one. Let's just see what Basingstoke can do. I mean, if they can convert from this, it already puts us in a much tougher position. What can Basingstoke here? Reed. He does a left in swinger on the left boot. He curls it into the bottom left corner, and it's a simple save from Max Evans. Wasted opportunity there, Jeremy?
Probably, if I'm being honest. But Basingstoke set pieces are going to be something for Gosport to be aware of this afternoon, rather.
Well, Rory Williams, he tried to lob a pass forward into Alfie Stanley, but I sees it return back to Grant in goal. And Grant, he's been a bit of a legend at Basingstoke, helped them get that promotion to the Southern Premier League, but he's best known having featured for Bracknell and Marlow. So he's played 2 games this season, just 15 last season. And I mean, considering, well, goalkeeper, you want it to be a stable position. Not too many played last season.
No, but he's been around the non-league circuit for a while, and he's a name that has been on my radar for a number of years. And yes, you mentioned Marlow. Of course, they're in our division now as well. So.
Well, Gallagher striding forward as he plays the ball into Ntwakshu. He tries to collect his second, but in the end, blazes one miles over the crossbar. Referee calls for another ball. It went that high.
Yeah, that one might have ended up in the bungalow of death, as they call it, behind that goal, because for the simple reason that if football clear that fence and end up in that bungalow, they tend not to come back.
I was going to say, I bet they make a healthy profit living there with all the balls they collect. Sell them on eBay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I reckon you're right with that one. Probably get fed up with it as well. Well, I suppose, no, I can't admit, I do love Gospels Ground. I mean, it looks like there's a healthy attendance today. Probably expecting more considering we're playing a local rival today, but weather must have put a lot of people off. Victorious happening today.
I think it's a big factor, yeah. There's a lot of people that I know, friends and family over there yesterday, so I imagine, James, that it's still holiday season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bank holiday weekend. I mean, I've noticed down the years traditionally that home games on bank holiday weekends do tend to see lower turnouts. Just the way it is.
Well, I mean, we've got a big one on Monday against Shoalin Town,
Yes.
and that could be another big one. Obviously, got a lot of famous faces involved with the club. Levi Colwell, they've got Matt Letizier. I mean, some big players, and they're another team who you would be expecting to maybe be up there in the Southern Premier League, considering all their new bring-ins this season.
They've certainly progressed as a club, Shoaling, from where they began many years ago, and they've taken another huge step forward this summer with the players they've attracted off the pitch staff that they have there now, and I call it the Paul Doswell effect.
Yeah.
He sort of got Eastleigh up on their upward trajectory, and then he went to Havant, and now Dos is over there, and there's other well-known football faces from around the area who were there as well. So it's now a very well-run, strong set-up club.
Well, one of the faces there is Wayne Shaw, and we have got an interview arranged with him for this Monday. So hopefully starting that. Seems like a lovely bloke and just such a famous face around the football scene.
I've known Wayne 30 years.
Wow.
And he is an absolute character. An absolute character. And you will love that. That won't be dull, I promise you.
Well, me and my dad, we will be trying one of the pies there. So hopefully that's a video to definitely look forward to on the Gospel.
He's notorious for it, but you won't.
Yeah,
Yeah, you will not find a more genuine, funny character than Wayne Shaw. We had him here in goal as a coach and as a backroom team member of Alex Pike's staff about 10 years ago. Was on our staff when we went to Wembley. And also before that, he had a fantastic playing career around the Wessex League. So
well,
enjoy that.
That's definitely one to look out for Gosport fans. And well, hopefully we have a win going into Shoalin, but at the moment it's not looking positive as it is still not Shoalin, it's Basingstoke 1, Gosport 0. Gosport currently got the ball inside their own half as Joe Morrison, he plays a short throw into Jake Cope, but Jake Cope, he gives it away, and now it's Enwar Chuku, he's on the ball trying to backheel it into Gallagher, and Basingstoke, they're just playing it nice small passes in this left-hand channel, but Alfie Stanley, he tries to get on the end of a loose ball, but sees it go out for a Basingstoke throw in just on the far side, which sees it chucked into Apai Allen. Apai Allen, he's brought down to the floor. Referee says get up and play on as it's gone all the way back to Max Evans in goal, and a short pass into Rory Williams. It's Rory Williams. He looks to come up, maybe start a Gosport attack as he lays a through ball into Jake Cope. Can Jake Cope get on the end of it? He can't as the header from Clark sees it return back into the mint blue team possession. And then a small headed nodded down into Grant in goal. And it looks like, I remember the first two games in particularly, Frome and Hungerford, we were always doing this, just long ball, hoping for the best. And once again, we're doing it here and it's not working. Where Winchester, we were doing short tiki-taka play. Why aren't we doing that this game, Jeremy?
You'd have to ask managers. I've always been an advocate that Route 1 doesn't really get you very far. I mean, I get it. If you've got a rough pitch and you're playing in difficult conditions and you can't play the ball on the floor, but this pitch is beautiful despite the rain we've had. Yeah, get it down, get it playing around the feet.
Well, Gosport will be happy as they have just won a throw-in just by the Basingstoke dugout, which sees Ashley Earwood throw it into Cameron Murray. Cameron Murray, he's currently playing inside his own half. He's got 4 players currently inside him with Basingstoke, but he does well to pass it into Jake Cope down this right-hand channel as he lays one into Alfie Stanley, the former Pompey man, as he pushes the ball forward into Ashley Yearwood. But Ashley Yearwood, he's pushed off the ball by Johnson Schuster, only as far as Cameron Murray inside his own centre circle. He fakes one man as he passes it left to Ashley Yearwood. Yearwood, he lays one off into Roy Williams, the Gosport skipper. Williams, he looks up. Tries to lay one into Dan Wooden, who touches it down well. Alfie Stanley was just looking to steal it off the striker there, but good defending from Clark there, just hacking one out of the danger zone, falling as far as Charlie Fasmer, who pushes one forward into Cameron Murray. Murray now striding forward, trying to get past the Basingstoke midfield, but loses it into Gallagher. Now Basingstoke, they're coming forward in numbers, but that's a poor pass from Ferdinand, carelessly giving it away into Joe Morrison, who easily collects the ball. Now Morrison, he pushes the ball forward into Jake Cope. Cope inside his own half. Passes back into Ashley Yearwood there. Gosport just taking their time. But once again, I'm going to allude to this point. Just see how many Basingstoke players are in a side Gosport's half. It's worrying as a Gosport POV. And they're just applying such heavy pressure and forcing a lot of mistakes early on. But that's not one of them, as Joe Morrison lays one off into Ashley Yearwood. He nods one down, but only far as Johnson Schuster as he blasts one out. It will be a Gosport throw-in. But yeah, just heavy pressure. And I think it is causing Gosport, well, it was causing them problems, but it looks like we're starting to get around the problems now. And Gosport are starting to see what they're doing here.
And also, you'll find that the management will have picked up on all that they think they need to improve on. And they'll be talking to the players down there. They'll be asking them to tweak things out on the pitch. And if that doesn't work, then they've got 5 substitutes to use, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, the new rule for this season, isn't it?
I mean, yes, it is 5 and 5 now. But we're only 23 minutes into this game. You don't panic. You're only a goal down, and that was only a penalty. I say only, but rather that than a poorly conceded goal from open play.
That's what I mean. Considering we are only a goal down, it's not like Gosport have played bad at all in this game. I mean, to be fair, for most of the 23 minutes, we have been on the front foot, I would say. We have been producing some good moves. Just need to get better in the final third. And that's what we've been saying all season.
I don't think we played badly this afternoon. I think we're just lacking a little bit in the final third. Still looking a little bit insecure at the back. A little bit of needle out there between